Alright folks, welcome to another beer review and another instalment in, if you've seen it, it is a bit of a series, although you might be seeing this months after Oktoberfest season. But I've got a few videos, as you've seen, recorded so I can get uploaded for whenever I decide to actually start uploading the Festbier reviews. But yeah, so this is another one from the Kalea box. It's my second to last beer left. The only one after this, once I've survived acid reflux, is going to be the Schneiderweiser Festweiser. And this one I'm very much looking forward to because it's from a brewery that's very close to my heart. And if you saw me unboxing video, then you'll hear that I went on that big, massive bullshit emotional ramble, which I'm not going to do on this video. We're just going to get straight to it. But this is a beer from Bischofshof out of Regensburg. Beautiful, beautiful city. We all know how that ended, but we'll just move swiftly on. Not that I hold any grudges or keep it in the back of my mind. I don't. Let's just say it was the best, worst thing that happened, but it also could have been the worst, best thing that could have happened. And I've grown as a person, not just outward. That joke can work on many levels. But yeah, so Regensburg is an absolutely gorgeous city, and this is one of the big breweries from within the city. Not too sure if it's the oldest. It may well be. There will be information in the description. But this is a bottle of the original Festbier, clocking in at 5.4% ABV. Really nice presentation on the label, looking a bit different to what I remember the labels to look. I'm not sure if, well, mind you, even the typography on the logo is different and the logo itself, so maybe they've sort of rebranded. But yeah, this was a brewery that I drank a lot of beers from, and obviously went quite a lot to beer gardens, and they were with them being one of the local breweries within the city, were one of the main providers for like the little Dults, they're called, which are just like mini festivals, big wheel, loads of stands, massive pretzels with gorgeous cheese, sausages, sweets, nuts. Oh, fantastic. You don't have to go to Oktoberfest to have a really good, traditional, fun, still expensive German drinking experience in that sort of setting. They do them like throughout the year. But yeah, so I think I may have had this with it being poured. I don't remember ever seeing this in bottles. I would say I'm not sure if this is for like the export market, because when they do that, they usually have either like English text or like a sticker that goes over the top of it. But yeah, very, very excited to try this. And I know it's not the most practical 25 centilitre glass, but Spittel, Regensburger Spittel was another local brewery. Two fantastic breweries, by the way. And like I said, Regensburg, it's a gorgeous little university city. And you've got Munich, an hour or so that way, Nuremberg, an hour or so that way, Bamberg's not that far away. I don't actually know if I'm pointing in the right direction for both cities, but you know what I mean. So even if you're finding not much to do, but then you can also go to, you know, Weltenberg, to the Weltenberg Cluster, which is one of the finest and most beautiful locations to have a beer. Great food as well, and of course Asambach on tap. Yes please. But Bischofshof, great brewery, fond memories, and yeah, looking forward to this. I know I'm already hyping this up way too much. So I'm going to read the text on this because I can actually read it. Not like read as in fully understand, I mean read as in the practical sense, because it's a good font on a sensible coloured background. So, das fein-würzige Festbier for... And then all of a sudden, when I turn the glass, my eyes go fuzzy. Something undiagnosed there, so we won't continue. Information will be in the description. I'll try and include a little bit of like some articles or something like that about the brewery and the city itself. But if you are planning a trip to Germany, even if you just go there for a day, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous place. Beautiful parks. It's right, the Donau goes right through it, and just picturesque. Plus, if you're so inclined, lots of students for you. Anyway, nice looking crown on that with the logo. And I'm sure Bischofshof used to sponsor Jan Regensburg, the football team. Anyway, it's been such a long time since I've been in Germany that I've forgotten a lot of things like that, and I think it's long overdue. So in the new year, because I need to go visit the mates who are left behind as well, who I've not seen since before lockdown, and hopefully I can have like a proper like couple of weeks going around different parts of Germany, because I still need to go to Hamburg, I still need to go to Bamberg, I still need to go to Berlin. Really, really want to go to Berlin. But we shall see. I said I wanted to do that this year, but it never came into fruition. I said, oh, I'm going to have a long weekend to myself in Italy. Didn't happen. Oh, I'm going to go to Paris. Didn't happen. But I've had some really good beer adventures around the UK with people who are classes, not just friends, but family. Anyway, we're not going to go into soppy territory. I promise you that. So beer in the glass then, and it's a golden looking lager. It's maybe maybe it's just because of the lighting, but it does look a tiny bit darker than your sort of regular Hellers. Nice 1 finger's worth of a white head. Looking as most beers do in the glass, looking very nice. So let's see what we get on the nose. There is a little bit of sweetness in there. Nice grassy, herbal, maybe even a hint of citrus coming through. But then you've got that like wet, damp grass. It's got that slight musk, which I'm all for in a good lager. A little bit bready as well. It just smells fantastic, as most German lagers tend to do. So, looks good, smells nice. Let's give it a taste. Prost. Spot on. Now, it's not like vastly different to, let's say, like a Helles beer or other sort of readily brewed all year round lagers, but at the same time it doesn't go into that sort of like Märzen territory, but it's just got a little bit more of a richer, breadier, slightly peppery sort of taste to it. Feels like it's got a little bit more oomph than your sort of like bog standard well brewed lager. Yeah, it's got a really satisfying earthiness. Obviously, it's chilled down a lot, so it's refreshing. But there's a richness to it, to the point where, I don't know, I probably wouldn't like proper cane it or session it. But a big stein of something like this, or mass of this, would just be absolutely perfect. Sat along the riverbank, yeah, just a beautiful, as most European cities are. There were parts of Regensburg that reminded me of like Italian, like back streets and stuff like that. I even actually started to write a giallo film, which was to be set in Regensburg, about like students in a music class getting picked off one by one, and like an international teacher has moved over to Germany to teach at Regensburg University, which, if you like your brutalism, prime, square, rugged, jagged, harsh. Plus, it's a German university. You can get beer on campus like you can in the hospitals. What more could you want in life? Go get your checkup, whatever. Go to the hospital shop. Fuck your grapes. Get yourself a nice bottle of beer. But yeah, so they're getting picked off one by one. And of course, because he's only arrived, just as he's arrived, kids are starting to get picked off in his class. He's prime suspect. But there's a jilted lover aspect to it. And it was just the perfect setting. If you like your Italian thrillers, then Regensburg was like chef's kiss location-wise to have an Italian-themed backdrop. In fact, I actually made some really pretentious little short videos for my old YouTube channel. Old YouTube channel is that way, apparently, using like the 3mm app, which is a recording app, but adds grain, and it actually looks pretty damn good and authentic. So if I remember to do so, any sort of like out and about videos or things like that, I'll put in the description as well. I even shot a short film in the apartment complex that I was living in, but I can't find any of the footage, which I saved loads of videos to like discs and stuff. And I can't find it anywhere, not even on like the old Vimeo that I've had. Can't even find like a lot of my student films when I was at university. But it is what it is. The memories are in here, and that's what's more important. But this is, to me, that's a lovely lager. Is it festy? It's a bit different to the run-of-the-mill beers that are brewed all year round. And I say run-of-the-mill, Bischofshof is a great brewery. They did a really nice... what was it? I've seen it appear in a few bottle shops. Like a rye bock or something like that. And that was Altvater, I think it was called, which is like Old Father or something. Not farter, as if he trumps. I like when people use the word trump for fart. And obviously the majority of a country's population voted for a fart. Anyway, we won't go into the political side of things, because there's loads of Americans in Germany. Plus, Beretta bottle shop, which I don't think is around anymore, but I think they still might have the bar. But last time I saw it, they were just like doing events, so they'd obviously be getting the beer in, and then you could have events and stuff. So many memories. I'm trying my best not for it to all like flood back, and then I'm going, well, there was one day at a wonderful Christmas market. The air was crisp, the nights were drawing in, wonderful warmed mead. But yeah, the Christmas markets in anywhere in Germany are always worth checking out. But I don't know, it was a city that had so much charm, beauty. I know it's just a university city, so it's not really like, you saw families there, but more like on the outskirts in the residential, like, building complexes. But I don't know, there's just something about that city, and it wasn't just because, I'm living in Germany. It was just genuinely beautiful. You could just spend hours just walking down streets, some you probably shouldn't do in the rougher areas. And there was a massive, like, immigrant detention centre, where I think there was a story about a Russian man who was going around doing questionable things to women and children. But I don't know why I laughed. Do not know why I laughed. But that aside, beautiful city. Definitely worth having a look at. And some really cool apartments that you can rent out. There's even when my dad came to visit us, where he was staying, it was like, if you've ever seen Shivers by David Cronenberg, it kind of reminded me like that. What a futuristic, affordable family residential area would have looked like in the 70s with big apartment complexes. But yeah, again, as I said, I wasn't going to go on, but I have to, because I haven't had a Bischofshof beer since last time I was in Germany. And yeah, it's bready as fuck. That's what I'm going to say. Hearty. It's hearty. So I think that's where the sort of the fest side of things comes into play. But yeah, very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Another winner from that Kalea box, which I've said it in every review, definitely worth the money. And hopefully I can pick up another box when I get paid, if they've not all been sold out. So yeah, if you've tried this or any other Bischofshof beers, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. If I've got any reviews from the brew, which I should have, but a lot of the beers I just drank, then all information, there'll be a wealth of information in the description box down below. That's if I don't do what I usually do, upload loads of videos in advance. I just completely forget to add thumbnails, edit the descriptions, have misspellings in the titles. That's what you get with the Clueless Drinker, aka the Casual Smokers Collective. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is gorgeous beer. Really, really nice. Almost has like a Keller sort of feel to it, with its hearty, robust earthiness. So yeah, links in the description. Thank you all for watching. And fingers crossed, over the next couple of weeks, I can find more, especially some of the UK brewed fest beers that have come out. But because we're very basic, we're a society of basic bitches, they'll be really popular. Do you know what I mean? Which is good, because I like it when breweries do beers that you wouldn't expect them to do, and they do them well. And that's all we can ask for. Just go back to basics. That's why I love Cloudwater with their lagers. They know how to brew good lagers, and you've got quite a few lager-based breweries now in the UK, although some of them are diversifying, because obviously you're going to get more money from hoppy pales and IPAs. Anyway, I've waffled on way too long. Cheers for watching. You all take care, stay safe, and I look like an absolute mess. Bye-bye.